Hi everyone, Don Gillis here with another fun fact. It's been a while, so I'm going to go over a couple things here. Today I want to talk about, excuse me, A2L tanks and what to look for on those, the changes in there. A lot of you can't get to training, I understand that. I've seen a lot of videos out there on this topic already, but I just want to clear some things up and make sure we're all on the same page here. I think everybody's done a good job for the most part. Just want to talk a little bit about the tanks. I'm going to use an empty tank here from Comores that was sent to me from the factory. So this is a 454B tank, or XL41, if you will. Some of the things obviously jumping out at you right now, excuse me, is the red stripe. The red stripe is going to be your indicator for it's an A2L refrigerant, low flammability or mildly flammable. The L has to do with the velocity at which it travels, by the way. And in the case of 454B, it's 5.4 centimeters per second. So it doesn't move real quick. It's real close to what we're already using, actually. Okay, so the red stripe indicates the A2L tank. You're also going to have a left-handed adapter. And that adapter will look something like this. And we've used these in the auto industry for years, so that shouldn't be a big deal for you. I like the adapter, and here's why. First of all, it was least path of resistance. Tool manufacturers didn't want to make a bunch of tools for left-handed equipment when there was still a lot of right-handed equipment. That's one. OEMs, the same concept, okay? They didn't want to change over the factories from left hand, right hand, because they're still going to be making parts and those kind of things for stuff that's out there. So the least path of resistance and the least costly was to make an adapter to kind of connect the dots, if you will. And again, this has been used in the auto industry for years, so it's not new to us. We're a tough industry. We can do this. The other reason I like it is because from coming from the field, having friends and family still in the field running service calls and seeing all these technicians nationwide starting out in their careers, there's a lot of new technicians out there, and unfortunately we're very short-handed, and everyone knows that as far as labor. So some people are getting put in positions maybe they're not ready for. What I mean by that is Jim or Julie are being called and saying, hey, asking, would you mind running service today, and pull them off preventive maintenance because they're short-handed. It gets 90 degrees outside, everyday world that we live in all the time. What I like about this is if someone stepped up to this and wasn't aware of this red stripe, and they went to go put their hoses on this tank, if you will, these left-handed threads, and it doesn't work, the hope is, in my mind, is they'll call somebody, whether that be a service manager, a coworker they trust. Hey, I don't want to sound stupid here, but my hoses aren't going on this tank. They're going to ask, is there a red stripe on there? Yes, there is. Stop what you're doing. So I really like it for that part because that's real world, okay? The other thing is we're accustomed to ruptured disc on our tanks, and they're on all tanks, okay? And first of all, if they're not going off now in your truck, they're not going to go off moving forward. That's not going to change at all. In Ohio, I've never seen it happen. I have had a few technicians show up to training and say it's happened to them. Typically, that's in the very far south or like in Arizona. Not a daily occurrence or ever in most people's career, but it can happen. And the purpose for the ruptured disc on the older style is if it would exceed that pressure to what's considered not normal or dangerous, if you will, it would blow the charge, the whole charge. Moving forward on the A2L tanks, even though this wasn't required, by the way, there will be a spring-loaded pressure relief type. And the way pressure relief valves work, as we all know, is it's going to burp. Instead of blowing the whole charge, it's going to release just enough pressure off there to take it out what's considered the danger zone or not normal to specifications, okay? So that's the right hand, or the red stripe safety device, spring-loaded relief valve, and then you're going to have the left-hand threads. Also, the weight of the tank, okay? Moving forward, same dimensions as the tank prior to, but instead of a 25-pound tank like on a 454B, you're going to see 20 pounds. It's not the cylinder. They're not lessening the gas that's in there. It's the density of the refrigerant, okay? So again, if you're using, for example, if you're using, for the multiplier for 410A, zero point 0.6 ounces per foot, to finish off, topping off the charge in the system. If it exceeds whatever the charge is in the system, we use 0.6 for 410A, you'll use 0.55. So it's the density of the refrigerant. It has nothing to do with lessening the amount that you're getting for that. Same dimensions on the tank. It's going to look the same as it was before, but because of the density, it's going to only weigh 20 pounds, okay? I think that's it for today on the A2L tanks. Hopefully you got something out of that. Again, I'm Don Gillis. That's your fun fact for today. And as always, Be kind to each other, okay? Take care now. Bye.